All right, pull up a chair. Today, Whale and me, we're talking birthright citizenship. Who gets to be one of us and who doesn't make the cut. You know, this isn't just a passport drama, it's a chessboard. Let's start basic. The world splits on this stuff. You got places like the US and Brazil, just solely, baby. Born on the dirt, you're in, mostly no questions asked. Simple, clear. But then you cross the Atlantic or hit up Asia, places like India, Germany, Australia, even Nigeria. The game changes. There's a tight grip. Where you're born, don't cut it. They want to know who your parents are or whether they've been hanging around long enough to count. Whale, you feel this tension from both sides of the map, right?
Vinny, this one na strong matter. America and Brazil. If you land there, see light, cry small, you're a citizen, unless, of course, your father's waving a diplomat's badge. But for my own Niger, for India, for Germany, you better show who you be. Parentage, how long they've been there, what tribe, what papers, all that counts. Sometimes, be like say, get people born in one place, but the country no-go claim them. Now paperwork jungle, gongo aso. Germany sef, residency matters, not just blood. Australia, the same. Even Pekin born there, they wait until age 10 sometimes. It's like each country they draw their line way fit their story, their history, or maybe their fears.
You know, back in Jersey, every block had a flag. Italian, Irish, Dominican, you ask anybody, yeah, I belong. But only until some landlord or some city councilman decides you don't. Governments operate the same way. They either open the door to everyone born inside, or they keep a velvet rope and check your lineage like it's a club downtown. The U.S., 14th Amendment, right? Supposed to be ironclad. Born here, you belong here. But every election cycle, someone's trying to redraw that line or search your paperwork just in case. Power likes to play favorites, Whale. Sometimes who counts as family, that changes when the stakes get high.
Vinny, you they talk true. And my people, make una remember, this issue na old one. No start today. Sometimes it's about unity. Everybody belong. Other times, na scarce cake them they guard. Only our people deserve a peace. See Germany, see India. And Niger too, eh? They want make you prove you be correct citizen. For policy, na always balance. Protect the family or open the table. That tension, not everywhere. Let's break them down. What these countries stand to gain or lose with how they run birthright citizenship. SWOT, as the consultants like to call them. Strengths and weaknesses, then the chances and the landmines. Take the U.S., for example. Big strength and clarity. Born there, you're in. It helps social stability, less confusion, everybody starts equal, at least on paper. But the thing they controversial, politicians they fight. They talk say it bring wahala like birth tourism, irregular migration. Each year you get court cases, new policies, and plenty argument for TV.
Yeah, and meanwhile, India and Nigeria, the gate's tighter, right? It cuts down on folks sneaking in for citizenship, makes the politicians look like they got it under control. But here's the trade-off. You build bureaucracy on top of bureaucracy. Kids wind up in legal limbo, especially if their parents don't got their docs straight or, God forbid, get displaced. Real life, not policy theater. Clarity is power, but complexity creates dark corners. In India, you got legal fights just to prove where folks belong. Nigeria? If you're from an informal settlement or your parents can't get your papers in order, forget about it. You could end up stateless. Family's everything until the system loses your file.
True talk. I remember one deployment to Maiduguri, North Nigeria, during some messy displacement crisis. Mothers, fathers, gone or missing. Children everywhere, no way to prove where they come from. The government they run registration drive, but see wahala. Documents lost, villages burnt, nobody get ID. Some of those kids, even if they're born right there, never get recognized by the system. It's not just Niger, India sef, plenty stateless Pekin they complain, waiting for somebody, anybody, to say they belong. Policy na fine thing for file, But for these children, it not life or exile.
And think about the bureaucratic drag, eh? Appeals, disputed cases, more paper, more delays. That's not strategy, that's paralysis. Countries claim they're guarding the family's silver, but sometimes they're just trapping folks outside the gate. If you want stability, you got to make sure the system works for the folks falling through the cracks, not just the ones born on the right side of the hospital, you know? It's about trust, too. Last episode, we talked about how invisible problems, trauma, epidemics, wreck societies if you ignore them. Statelessness? Same thing. It hollows you out quietly, then the cracks show big time.
Spot on. Countries fit choose to close the gate too tight, and next thing, them go they talk about social tension, maybe even unrest, from people way feel denied, or families who watch their pekin treated as outsiders in their own land. Policymakers must wise up. Clarity, inclusion, and access matter more than just making headlines. Now, real people, not just numbers.
Let's shift gears a little. Systems don't stay still. Brazil kicked it up with digital records, making sure the registry covers everybody, especially out where the map's more trees than towns. Germany and Australia, they're digitizing too, rolling out online stuff to cut the paperwork trap for parents and streamline who gets counted. Even Nigeria, with mobile registration, bringing the paperwork to the people. That's what I call adapting to survive. And yet every time someone modernizes, there's a politician ready to weaponize it. Happens in the U.S. Rumors fly, lawsuits start. Some say birthright citizenship is a backdoor. Even in Brazil or Germany, you got political waves ready to make what's settled seem shaky again.
You know, the new trend is this. Countries they try make birth registration simple, digital, and fair. Brazil fits send mobile unit reach the last Amazon village. Germany they develop clear tools for parents to check eligibility. In Australia, if your parent not permanent resident or you fit prove 10 years there, them go give you. But see how politics they enter am. Social media, populist politicians, even court wahala. Everything can change overnight. Policy innovation day, but now the fight over who belongs go always remain political flashpoint. People they fear being left out or sharing their piece of national cake.
Right. Here's what I can't get around. Is all this restriction about security, real, honest-to-God risk? Or is it just about who gets a slice? Power respects power, always. But the real muscle is deciding who counts as us. You draw the right boundary, you got loyalty. Push too many outside, you got resentment. Call it strategy, call it survival. But you better know who you're letting at the table and who you're leaving in the alley. Wale, last word?
I go put am like this. If you say my people, but you no fit recognize their children, your power nigh illusion. The world they move, digital IDs, mobile registration, outreach, not all attempt to fix old wahala. But as you modernize, remember make nobody they fall through the cracks. Sometimes now the quiet ones outside the gate that fit change your system the fastest. Vinny, as always, you sharp. My people, stay sharp, stay dangerous, stay kind, because tomorrow we go still day here to finish this gist.
The streets remember, Wale. Until next time, folks, keep watching, keep thinking, and don't forget, who gets to belong says as much about us as about them. Sentinel out.